Hey, what's up, everyone? Well, after a week off, the company you keep, season one, episode 9 came back with a bang. The last two episodes, we've noticed that Charlie and Emma have grew closer. So, by them working together. So, the episode starts off really interesting. They allow Ollie to understand the family business. She had already knew the family business, but they allow her to know what's going on. They allow her into the basement to see what's going on. Fran gets a visit from her ex, Frank Muzo, Tony Shalhoub, which is interesting that he would be in this. After talking about a friend selling her business, he makes an offer of $4.5 million for the bar. Besides Leo, Charlie and Bertie are not in the idea of selling their place right away. They look at the bar as an institution and later contemplate what their lives would have been like that if they didn't choose to work in the family business. Back in CIA headquarters, Emma learns that her investigation into the McGuire case has ruffled some feathers in higher ranks. Since she has formalized who her asset is, she considers it her secret weapon. As you see, finally, Emma knows what's going on with Daphne. She knew that they was getting a little close. Daphne and Charlie kissed, which was interesting. Daphne finally finds out that her father is going to try to cut her out of business and basically is just using her. Charlie played it so she could hear it. So Daphne and Emma have finally teamed up, which I thought was interesting. Charlie, kind of tries to demean Daphne in front of Patrick to discredit her in his eyes. She still goes up to ask that she should handle the U.S. operation now that she has successfully built. She asked the father and the son to handle the Islanders. Patrick agrees within moments, which shocked Daphne. She is clever enough to understand that he won't give away easily. Patrick says he will let her have it, and only after he and Connor get to meet Brad Milford. Brad Milford is the gun dealer. During the gun dealer, they had to pull like this ruse. One of the con or the theme of this episode, they had to act like Ollie's father was the guy, just so they could basically have two things going on at one time, because they knew that if they really introduced the McGuires to the actual guy, Brad Wilford, they knew that the McGuires would phase Daphne out, and they basically have phased her out. And this is where Charlie finally tells Emma that, I risked my life for you, I risked my family's life for you, and Emma's sitting there with this cold, stoic look, and she leaves. He tells her to leave, like, I'm tired of going back and forth with you with this. So Emma decides to go to Daphne, basically tells Daphne, like, look, Charlie was working with me to figure it out, gave Daphne a deal, like, look, we want the same thing, I can lock you up. We want the same thing, let's bring the McGuires down. Which I think takes an interesting twist into the series, which we know is only 10 episodes right now, so I don't know if it's been renewed for a second season. So I think that this twist really puts a different outlook on what the writers must do in order to get that second season, how the writers are going to go about doing this and what they're going to write, because obviously Daphne and Emma is going to be an integral part in the show. It's not just going to be about Charlie and his family. But anyway, Daphne doesn't say anything at the time of this meeting. She decides to contemplate it. Then she goes to Charlie and says, tell her I want in, which Charlie was oblivious that Emma had even wanted Daphne. So I think that it's interesting that they did that. Also, very, very interesting. Hold on, you guys. Now Emma has a new boss in the CIA, a guy that wants her to go in a different direction. Basically, like I said, because she's been investigating the McGuires, she's ruffled some feathers from the higher ups, and the higher ups feel as though that they're small fish, and they want the McGuire. She wants her to be able to turn the McGuires on big fish, which I think is interesting. So David, her brother on the other hand, in a televised video, he gets asked a question about nepotism, whether it is appropriate for him to be running for elections since he is getting the opportunity because of his father. It is honestly funny how such things are asked of people from underrepresented communities. David makes a case for his father for how he came to the country and decided to work for it diligently out of respect what it gave. Nevertheless, David seems genuinely tired of explaining himself. He finds his politics has just become about winning and telling people what they want to hear rather than doing what's actually right. In the end, he says that he should not run and leaves the debate midway. It shocks and upsets the Hills, but pleases Emma. She understands David's want for freedom from the mess and offers keys to a car for him to get away. David and Jennifer walk up to the car, exhilarated by what he just did, and decide to drive away. Suddenly, Jennifer notices something suspicious and tells David that there is a bomb in the car. Within a moment, boom, loud explosion goes at the end of the show. So we don't know if David is hurt. We don't know if David got killed. We don't know what happened with Jennifer. So we know that the Maguires, basically Conor Maguire, was told by his father to kill Emma because he had seen Emma at the subway when they had this meeting. So all in all, you guys, scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to say this episode was an 8. Very good episode up leading to next week, which is the cliffhanger, the season finale. I'm really interested to see if the season is going to get renewed. The series is going to get renewed for another season. I think it's one of the best shows on TV. Quietly, it came in subtly with 10 episodes. I thought that was smart by the writers to do what a lot of the streaming channels do. They give us 10 little episodes, and we know it's on Hulu, but it's primarily on ABC. And they give us 10 little episodes and then see how it's going to pick up. I think that was ingenious by the writers in the studio to do this. So, like I said, scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a strong 8. Looking forward to next week, the season finale. With that, everybody, remember, like, share, subscribe. The best way to support the channel is to support the channel. All right, take it easy.